Hey, everybody. Welcome to the No Depression Sessions. We're here at Chelsea Studios NYC right now with John Gallagher Jr. John, it's always great to see you. Thanks for doing this.
Likewise, great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and congratulations to you because Almost Okay is out in the world today. This is release day. Congratulations to you, and we're about to hear 3 songs from it. What do you want to start out with?
I'm going to start with the first single, which is also track 1 off the new EP. It's called Tough Spit.
Tough spit, you hit snooze and slept in past 10. You woke up on the wrong side of bed again. To breaking news, man, this just in. Your favorite porn star is far right wing. You burnt your toast and the coffee's weak. The weather report is looking mighty bleak. The air out your door isn't fit to breathe, and your plant-based meat is made of Soylent Green. I was gonna go to the store, but I don't really wanna get shot. Besides, there isn't that much more I could buy that wouldn't speed up the doomsday clock, and the devil keeps the score. He knows who's naughty and who's not. Your hookup app is stacked with limp wrist chuds. You broke up with the locust, now you're dating a flood. And your aunt thinks Tom Hanks drinks children's blood, and you're shooting blanks in microplastic jugs. It's all absurd, it's all obscene. Everybody's mad, everybody's mean, and it's like we're all swimming through the same sad dream. It's even worse when you wake, it doesn't stop when you sleep. I was gonna go to the mall, but I don't really wanna get shot. Besides, I think I caught them all. The pogs and the Pokemon, the clap and the Crocs, and the devil sees it all. He's on the closed circuit, he's keeping watch, yeah. I'm not saving the world, but I won't blow it up. I kinda wanna close my tab, but I keep showing up. And if you're part of the problem, you can go get stuck. You'll be a buck above the fireplace soon enough. Democracy dies just like Boromir, shot through with arrows in a wooded clear. And no one was watching, so nobody hears. If we covet the ring, they'll cut our fingers off with shears. I was gonna go to school, I was gonna go to the pool, I was gonna go to the pub, I was gonna go to the club, I was gonna come to your show, I was gonna just say hello. But I don't really wanna get shot, I guess I'd just stay at home. Yeah, it's the best bet, the safest spot, and the devil knows I'm here. Yeah, he's coming by later with some beer, and there's nothing left to fear. Just fear. Just fear.
All right.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much for playing this. I was trying to like make mental tabs of how many pop culture references were in that song, and the two that stuck out were the Tom Hanks reference, and also there's a Lord of the Rings reference in there as well. There were many more. Can you tell us what was going through your mind? What was the impetus behind inclusion of each of these like very different bits of pop culture?
Yeah, I wrote that song about 2 summers ago. It was sort of the lead up to the 2024 election, and I was on tour, and so as as the beast would have it, you have to sort of turn to your phone all the time as a touring musician to sort of you have to constantly sort of be trying to get the algorithm to work in your favor and spend a lot of time on social media where I'm, not always at my most comfortable. But just like any person, I fall down the rabbit hole so easily. I open my phone thinking like it's time to tell everybody to come out to the show in Cleveland. And, 20 minutes later, I realize I have not posted trying to get people to come to the show in Cleveland. I'm just like, doom scrolling and looking at whatever today's sort of, grand horror is. And just sort of I wanted to write something. I was feeling manic, for lack of better terminology. And I wanted to write something that sort of got that feeling across of, the sort of hyper scrolling where it's sort of like 1 minute you're looking at an assassination attempt and then you scroll over to the next thing and it's like, oh, here's a funny clip from, oh, there's Lord of the Rings. I love that movie. Oh, this is great. What's next? Ah, that's terrifying. What's next? Oh, here's a funny video. That sort of loop was really making me feel crazy. And I wanted to write something that sort of got that feeling across, but I didn't want it to be a drag, so to speak, for people. And so I realized I think there might be a way to make this sort of funny and a little tongue-in-cheek. And it ended up being this sort of cathartic thing where I just sort of started rattling things off one after another and just trying to talk about how it feels to get, sucked into one of those doom scrolling sessions.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like it's just the fact that song exists and that's why it exists is an inherently hopeful thing because the ultimate negative of that hyper scroll, doom scroll is inaction. You don't do anything. You do absolutely nothing. You've got nothing to show for the last 2 hours of just like blacking out and not had any idea what you did. And, you're susceptible to it. We're all susceptible to it. But then you made something out of it, which is a very hopeful thing. I'm glad that you did.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's one of those things where I sort of thought it was a throwaway. Like I was mostly, I think that songwriting for me is often an act of trying to sort of soothe myself or trying to explain something to myself or when all else fails, just trying to sort of crack myself up. And that was one where I was like, God, I feel dark. I kind of want to flip the script and laugh about this. And so it was sort of a therapeutic thing for myself. But, lo and behold, as is often the case, it's ended up becoming like a fan favorite. I think because we all are sort of feeling that strain right now.
Yeah, I had to opt out completely. I threw my phone into a trash can 8 years ago. I don't own a device. I have no devices at all. I mean, I communicate from my laptop all the time, but I had to opt out of that because I'm as addicted as anybody to, and it just it wasn't. I know myself well enough to know that I'm just going to keep on falling down that rabbit hole if I don't get rid of this thing right now in 2018, and that's what I did.
Oh my gosh, you're ahead of the curve. You're doing it right. I could stand to take a page out of your book.
Yeah, I still communicate really well. It just always happens when I mean to do it, when I've taken the time to do it.
Right, exactly. As a result, I think I don't communicate well. And it's because, like I said, I pick up my phone to do one thing, and then I'm like, wait, what am I on here for? Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I black out down that rabbit hole, too, because we've got to post stuff for what we do on Instagram. Like, okay, it's time to do the thing for work. What just happened? And, but there's fewer opportunities for me because the mobile part of it's not a part of the equation.
Good for you.
Yeah.
It's admirable.
Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
And there's still 2 more songs coming up. And what do you want to play second?
This is a song called Never Leave, and it's another one off the new EP.
Left my bottle of rum in the Airbnb. Hope the next guest is a pirate like me. And I cried all the way from Ocean Grove back to NYC. Mom and Dad headed home the day before, so I kicked around and drank my way up and down the shore. But this town is haunted by all the ghosts of all the youths from all the befores. And if you love somebody, set them free, unless that somebody is me. Lock me up and throw the key. Promise me that you'll never leave. New Jersey Transit is a great place to be sad. You can stare out the window racked with guilt and feeling bad about the time you raise your voice and were mean for no reason to your dad. I hate myself when I act that way. With every passing year I swear I'm gonna make a change. But I guess there are some ski slopes too worn to avoid, paved deep in my brain. And if you love somebody, set them free, unless that somebody is me. Lock me up and throw the key. Promise me that you'll never leave. It's for the best man, I could use some drying out. This summer was a blur, now fall is coming like a cloud. Rainstorm at a picnic, oh there's lightning, oh there's thunder. You better watch out. Used to be on the sad days like this. I knew when I got home I'd get a hug and a kiss. Hey Johnny, don't you worry, it's okay. I guess there's some things I'm always gonna miss. And if you love somebody, set them free, unless that somebody is me. Lock me up and throw the key. Promise me that you'll never leave. Please don't leave me.
All right, thank you again for coming and doing this. I was able to see one of the press advances of Swept Away, the Avett Brothers musical, which was a real spectacle. I mean, it's for anyone that did not have the chance to see it. Like it's based on a shipwreck. I'm not like giving away any of that, but the ship absolutely, like it's a huge production, man. It's like there's a lot to it. It's very impressive set piece, and I enjoyed it, man. I really enjoyed it very much.
Oh, thank
and
you.
I know that it didn't have it had a successful run in Berkeley, it had a successful run in DC, and then the Broadway run did not last as long as anticipated.
Yeah.
How have you been balancing those two things, your acting world and your music world?
First of all, thank you. I'm so glad you got a chance to see it. It does break my heart that a lot of people didn't get to see that show. It was a Avett Brothers musical that I worked on for about 8 years, and it was one of the absolute sort of privileges of my life. I've loved the Avett Brothers since 2005, and so getting to sort of bridge the gap and combine my two great loves, acting and writing music, getting to work with them and do a theater piece with them was like an absolute joy and a dream. And I would have done it for years, until they dragged me off the stage. But we got an incredible critical reception. But it's 2024. It was right around the election. It was winter. It was a tough time to sort of sell tickets or convince the public to take a chance on a new, different type of Broadway show. And so we just couldn't sell the tickets, sadly, and it closed after about a month and a half. But the time that we got to spend on stage on Broadway with that show was incredible. But I sort of ended up pivoting after the show closed because I'd sort of cleared my schedule for a year because I thought, the show is finally at Broadway. We're going to make it. We're going to run for a while. I'll probably do it into the summer. And then, by Christmas, I, found myself, sort of unemployed again. And so I didn't really know what I was going to do because I had planned for the show to last. And this record really is sort of a happy accident. It did definitely come out of the downtime that I had, and then also sort of just grappling with the letdown of, it was a big dream of mine doing that show, and for it to sort of fizzle or sort of under arrive in a way was definitely a tragedy. Personally, it definitely broke my heart, and writing these songs and getting back into putting out a record is definitely something that it was a great comfort and a big salve in the last year. So I don't know that I would have put this record out or even written a lot of these songs if it hadn't been for the show closing.
Yeah, well, so there's a silver lining there. I mean, I remember having, I don't have much invested in that show other than that I am a fan. I'm a fan of yours. I'm a fan of Adrian's. I'm a fan of the Avett Brothers, and I saw it and I enjoyed it and can appreciate how much just production went into that thing. Yeah. And just from my, couple days of exposure to it, and then seeing that after 6, 7, 8 weeks or something that it was closing, I mean, that felt a certain way to me as well.
Yeah.
And, but 1% of the way that it would have felt if I had really invested my life in it the way that you did.
Absolutely. But it's ended up being one of those you had to be there moments, and you were there. So from now on you can be one of the lucky few that got to check out that show on Broadway, because it was special.
Yeah, and then spend some time at Hurley's Saloon afterwards.
It's the place to be. I love it. They still love me there, thankfully. Just because the show closed, they'll still give me a free beer every once in a while.
Very good. Very good. Well, there's some fresh pizzas being made out here. Do you want to, I think we dive into song 3 and then eat Anthony's pizzas.
This is a dream. This is a dream come true, really. This is a fantastic day for me. I love it.
Nice. What's the third song that you want to play here today?
This is another song off the new EP. This is the tune from which I plucked the EP title, Almost Okay, but this is a track called All This Changing.
I don't really want to talk, act as if everything's all part of some master plan that I can't see. I don't want to go outside, I don't need to see the light, 'cause no one up there is listening to me. Baby, appreciate you waiting and waiting with me through all this changing. I won't answer when you call, don't be sad, it's not your fault, it's just that I can't bring myself to speak. I can barely sing a song, I get halfway through and I just trail off and I forget why I even felt the need. Baby, appreciate you waiting and waiting with me through all this changing. Means a lot to me. I'm so sick of starting over. I'm old enough to know that nothing lasts. Can we just fast forward to October, with falling leaves and seasons sliding past? I was told a heavy load is worth it at the end of your road, and I nodded yes, but I didn't quite believe. Now I hold the living proof, life's a farce and death's a spoof, and the jury is still out on eternity. Baby, appreciate you waiting and waiting with me through all this changing. And one day the sun will shine and I'll say, hey, how